I was only 17 when I started hiking with my friends, but this time I went alone. I was 19 years old, and I knew that mountain like the back of my hand, Ben Macdui in Scotland. I never feared the dark or the possibility of a fall, but fate had something else in store for me. The air was thick with the scent of pine as I ascended the rugged trail, the moon casting an eerie glow on the rocky terrain. The night seemed to wrap around me like a shroud, and the only sounds were the rustling leaves and my rhythmic footsteps. The solitude was comforting, a chance to clear my mind and escape the hustle of everyday life. I don't know how it happened. One moment, I was navigating the rocky path with confidence, and the next, the ground beneath me gave way. The fall felt endless, a silent scream echoing in my ears. My body collided with rocks, branches, and unforgiving earth. Darkness consumed me, and consciousness slipped away like sand through my fingers. When I awoke, I found myself in a dimly lit cabin, the air thick with the musty scent of aged wood. My head throbbed with pain as I struggled to make sense of my surroundings. The room was adorned with faded wallpaper and creaking floorboards beneath my aching body. The only light came from a flickering lantern on a wooden table. Panic set in as I realized I was alone. My friends were not by my side, and there was no one to thank for rescuing me from the brink of death. The question gnawed at my mind. How did I end up here, and who had saved me? I staggered to my feet, the room spinning as I tried to piece together the puzzle of my bizarre situation. The door creaked open, revealing a desolate landscape cloaked in darkness. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows that danced eerily across the landscape. Determination fueled my every step as I ventured into the unknown. The forest seemed to close in around me, the silence broken only by the distant hoot of an owl. The chill in the air whispered tales of secrets, long buried, and a sense of foreboding washed over me. As I traversed the unfamiliar terrain, the line between reality and nightmare blurred. The twisted branches seemed to reach out for me, and the wind carried whispers that sent shivers down my spine. Every rustle in the underbrush became a potential threat, and my heart pounded in my chest like a war drum. The cabin, my only sanctuary, was now a distant memory as I stumbled through the darkness. Shapes in the shadows taunted me, and I could feel unseen eyes watching my every move. The forest became a labyrinth of fear, and time lost all meaning. Just when I thought I couldn't bear the oppressive uncertainty any longer, I stumbled upon a clearing. Moonlight bathed the scene in an ethereal glow, revealing a sight that froze my blood. A circle of weathered stones and ancient symbols etched into their surfaces surrounded a mysterious altar at the center. In that surreal moment, the air crackled with malevolence, and the forest seemed to exhale a haunting melody. The answers I sought were elusive, hidden in the whispers of the wind and the shadows that danced upon the stones. As I stood in that forsaken clearing, a realization struck me. I had crossed into a realm beyond the known, a place where reality and nightmare converged. The line between life and death blurred, and I, a mere wanderer, had become entangled in the threads of an other-worldly tapestry. The forest held its secrets close, and I, a lone soul lost in the enigma of Ben Macdui, could only wonder if I had truly escaped death, or if I had merely exchanged one abyss for another. At 24, the allure of adventure still gripped me, and this time my destination was the snow-capped peaks of the Italian Alps. With friends in tow, we embarked on a hiking expedition to Mount Gran Paradiso. The air was crisp, and the landscape, draped in a blanket of pristine snow, promised a journey filled with camaraderie and breathtaking vistas. As we ascended the mountain, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the snowy expanse. Our laughter echoed in the icy air, a soundtrack to the breathtaking beauty that surrounded us. Yet, as night fell, The once inviting trail transformed into a labyrinth of shadows. Somewhere along the ascent, we lost track of each other. The cold bit into my bones as I called out their names, their echoes swallowed by the vastness of the mountain. Panic gnawed at the edges of my consciousness, and a sinking feeling settled in my gut. Alone in the frozen wilderness, I trudged through knee-deep snow, desperately searching for any sign of my companions. The wind whispered haunting secrets, and the crunch of snow beneath my boots seemed to amplify the silence that enveloped me. Then, like a ghostly murmur, a voice drifted through the frigid air. It was soft, indistinct, yet strangely alluring. The sound seemed to beckon me forward, promising salvation from the isolation that threatened to consume me. Against my better judgment, I followed the ethereal melody through the snow-laden trees. As I ventured deeper into the unknown, a flicker of movement caught my eye, a fleeting glimpse of something shadowy, barely perceptible against the snowy landscape. My heart raced as I pursued the elusive figure, driven by a strange mix of fear and fascination. The voice persisted, guiding me through the labyrinth of white. My surroundings became a blur as I stumbled over unseen obstacles, the boundary between reality and hallucination growing increasingly thin. The air grew colder, and the landscape warped into a dreamscape of uncertainty. Then, just when despair threatened to overtake me, a faint glow appeared in the distance. A humble mountain hut emerged from the snowy abyss, its windows aglow with the welcoming warmth of safety. Relief washed over me, and with newfound energy, I hastened toward the shelter. The door creaked open, revealing a cozy interior bathed in the soft light of a crackling fire. A sense of tranquility settled over me as I stepped inside. To my surprise, my friends were there, huddled by the hearth, their worried faces transforming into smiles of relief upon my arrival. They explained that they had also lost their way, but had stumbled upon the hut earlier. The strange voice, it seemed, had guided us all to safety. As we shared our bewildering experiences, a distant howl of wind echoed through the mountains, carrying the weight of the untamed wilderness beyond. Soon after, the rescue team arrived, their reassuring presence reaffirming our return to reality. They guided us back to civilization, leaving behind the enigmatic mountain and the mysteries that lingered in its snowy embrace. The voice, the shadowy figure, it all became a haunting memory, a tale to be shared around campfires, a testament to the unpredictable nature of the mountains that guard their secrets with silent majesty. That was not everything. On the same trip, we met a psycho, a sinister force that lurked in the shadows of the very mountains we sought to conquer. The Italian Alps, with their majestic peaks and treacherous trails, became the stage for a chilling encounter that would forever taint the memory of our adventure. As we continued our ascent of Mount Gran Paradiso, the air grew colder and the landscape more foreboding. Unease settled upon us like a heavy cloak, yet the allure of the summit compelled us forward. Little did we know that our journey would take a harrowing turn. It started with fleeting glimpses, shadowy figures that seemed to materialize and vanish among the crags and cliffs. At first, we dismissed them as tricks of the mind, the byproduct of exhaustion and the harsh mountain environment. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the snow, the ominous truth revealed itself. The psycho, as we came to know him, was a faceless tormentor, a phantom that haunted our every step. Whispers of his presence danced on the frigid breeze, sending shivers down our spines. Paranoia clawed at the edges of our sanity as we navigated the winding trails. One evening, as the moon bathed the landscape in silvery light, we stumbled upon an abandoned cabin. The air within was thick with the stench of decay, and an unsettling stillness clung to the walls. It was there, in the heart of that desolate shelter, that we found chilling evidence of the psycho's presence, a macabre display of trophies, mementos, from his twisted game. Fear etched lines on our faces as we realized the gravity of our situation. We were not alone on the mountain. An unseen adversary lurked in the shadows, watching, waiting. Panic set in, and every rustle of the wind, every snap of a twig, became a harbinger of impending danger. The psycho reveled in psychological torment, leaving cryptic messages scrawled on rocks and trees. The messages hinted at a sadistic game of cat and mouse, and the mountain itself became a labyrinth of dread. Our once tight-knit group fractured as suspicion and fear festered among us. One fateful night, the psycho's malevolent presence descended upon our camp like a vengeful spectre. His laughter echoed through the mountainous expanse, a haunting melody that chilled us to the bone. We fled into the darkness, our breaths visible in the cold air as we raced to escape the clutches of our unseen tormentor. Through the labyrinth of icy trails, we stumbled, hearts pounding, until we found refuge in a cave. Huddled together, we listened in terror as the psycho's footsteps echoed in the distance, his voice a maddening taunt on the wind. The mountain itself seemed to conspire against us, its towering peaks casting judgment upon the intruders who dared to disturb its ancient slumber. In our darkest hour, a beacon of salvation appeared on the horizon, the distant hum of a rescue team approaching. With bated breath, we waited, our eyes fixed on the cave's entrance. The psycho's malevolent laughter lingered, a sinister serenade that only intensified as the rescue team drew near. As the first beams of their flashlights pierced the darkness, the psycho melted into the shadows, leaving behind an air of unresolved terror. The rescue team guided us down the mountain, their presence a reassuring shield against the unknown. The psycho, elusive and malevolent, remained a spectre in the recesses of our nightmares, a reminder that even in the beauty of the mountains, darkness could take many forms. Don't forget to like and share this video for me, and subscribe for more scary stories. Keep it creepy, and see you next time.